Well, hello again. It is that time of the month again for the end of the World Reading Club book to come out. So I'm going to open the parcel and see what the book is and see what we think. Open the box. Let's have a look what is in here. Now, I know that the book isn't here. The book didn't come in time, so what she's included is a free link to a free copy of the book for the Kindle or reading app like that, and then they're going to send the book through. But I just want to see what the book is, and then I'll decide whether I'm going to wait or read the book anyway. Going classic, with a apocalyptic tale written in 1939. There's a fair chance I might have already got the book. It doesn't tell me what the book is. Okay, artwork inspired by the Hopkins manuscript. I think I've got this one. If this is the Hopkins manuscript, then I have already got it. It will follow on the 2nd of March. Let's have a look. It was sent us an email, so I'm going to scoot off to my emails and see. Right, I'm back. I have finished my... Something's just flashed up on the screen. Right, I'm back. I have finished my End of the World Reading Club book, so I'm just going to give a little review of that one. Like I said, I thought I knew what it was, and I did. It was a book called The Hopkins Manuscript by R.C. Sheriff, which I had quite clearly already got. This isn't a bit that would have come in the box. But obviously I didn't need that book, so when that happens, you contact them, and she has sent me another book, which I am currently reading, so I'll come through to that. Sorry, the cover of this is falling apart now, so I should take that off. And I'll talk a little bit about the book. That's what it looks like without a cover, quite nice. I actually love this book. The premise of it is that there is a cataclysmic event that predominantly affects the Northern Hemisphere, and that the Southern Hemisphere kind of carries on. And in this, they are archaeologists. They don't know what happened, what life was like in the Northern Hemisphere. They don't know what happened. They don't know what life was like afterwards. All they know is it's a barren wasteland. So they were digging and found a manuscript called the Hopkins manuscript. And it's basically a story of, he's a middle-aged, middle-class man living prior to the event, through the event, and how he lived afterwards. Main character wasn't that likeable. He was very, very classist, incredibly classist, really looked down on his working class neighbours. And he was also very sexist, very much traditional men and female roles. But having said this, this book was written published in 1938, so this was 1930s attitudes, and therefore maybe quite accurate for that time. I don't know. There wasn't really any racism in it. It was a little bit at the end when they were talking about they were fighting black people, and they used kind of terminology that probably wouldn't be acceptable now. But again, 1930s fitting, but it was only very minor. But like I say, I loved it. Those things accepted, I loved it. These are the apocalypse books I love the most. I think The End of the World is exciting enough in itself. When they start sticking in conspiracies or thriller aspects to them, but I actually find those bits really boring, and I actually like what it was like before, how people found out, how they reacted to it, and how they managed to make things work. So yeah, I really did love the book. I say it is old. It was published in 1938. I did wonder whether he was sort of maybe looking at the coming Nazis and the big war that was clearly coming across Europe, and whether that was a bit of an allegory for it. But I don't know about that. Just wondered about it. But yeah, this is a really good classic End of the World book. So that was the book. now to the contents of the box. We've got a packet of chocolate eclairs. Lovely. I ate them. They were nice. We got a pack of playing cards with a Union Jack on it. Got a little tub of waterproof matches. Look like that. The kids loved them because they all sparkled and crackled like sparklers at bonfire night. Little box like that. And then we've got a book of starting to make your own cheese. So what did I feel about that? Well, as I say, I loved the book, but yet again, I felt the contents were a bit light. We had 2 of these. One of them took you to instructions on how to dig an underground shelter. I have no idea what the other one relates to because I haven't looked at it. I'm not that interested in these, and I don't keep them. I just throw them away. We didn't have one of the cards that we always get, and there's a question at the minute as to whether we want to keep getting them. I really loved them, but I guess the majority will go on that. But in terms of that, really, apart from the pound's worth of chocolate eclairs, we just got these 3. Well, I've got a dozen packs of cards already. Yeah, not a bad book. Looks interesting, but I've already got a book on how to make cheese, so I didn't really want that. And then a little box of waterproof matches, which are fun and, yeah, vaguely useful. So having had the last 2 boxes, I'm beginning to question the worth of this as to whether I'm really getting value for money when buying this box. But I'm not going to give up now. I'm going to give it another couple of months and see if I've just had the bad luck of having 2 boxes that I felt weren't that great for me, and see if it sort of picks up again. But yeah, that was the end of the World Reading Club box for February 2023. So there you go. Thank you. See you next month.